Now, a big change in corporate America. Nike CEO Mark Parker is stepping down effective January 2020 when he will become executive chairman. He will be replaced by ServiceNow CEO John Donahoe, who serves on the company's board and is the former CEO of eBay. Joining us in an exclusive interview from the company's headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon, Mark Parker, the CEO and chairman of Nike. Mark, good afternoon to you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely, yeah.
So Mark, first question, of course, is why now?
Well, we have a great leader for Nike coming in, and that's John Donahoe. He is absolutely the right leader for Nike and what we're looking for moving forward. He's a proven CEO of 3 successful companies. He's no stranger to Nike, and we feel that he's actually the best choice to come in and actually usher this next wave of growth for Nike. He's an extraordinary talent. He's been on the board, so he's very familiar with Nike. Over the past 5 years, we've worked closely together on the board, but then also just as part of our strategic planning process. So John's been very involved with the senior management team outside of the board process and into the strategic planning process as well, particularly around digital transformation. He's coming in with a lot of experience around consumer digital, enterprise technology, global strategy, leadership. He's a great developer of talent. He really clicks a lot of the boxes that we're looking for to add horsepower to Nike. We've got incredible horsepower already, but John comes in, adds horsepower, and I think he's going to help us accelerate our whole digital transformation and some of the important steps we're taking to become even more competitive.
And Mark, you mentioned the word digital a lot. Should investors have a big takeaway that this is going to grow significantly and grow margins alongside it, as your direct-to-consumer has been doing already?
Yes, digital has been, we have used that word a lot, digital transformation. It's really a key part of our strategy. It's going to enable this next level of growth. It's really about transforming our whole value chain with areas like digital product creation, consumer demand sensing, flexible manufacturing, and responsive manufacturing as well. And we feel that it's also driving new consumer and commerce models as well. So we're really using digital to help transform the company and lift our ability to actually compete and grow our business. And it's having a profound effect. This is all about accelerating that strategy.
What does that mean for your retail partners, the Foot Lockers of this world?
Well, they're coming along with us. I mean, the retail partners we have are also going through their own digital transformation. So it's the partnership between Nike and our right partners to really elevate the consumer experience and serve the consumer better at point of sale, elevate our brand presentation. This is all part of what it takes to have a tighter partnership between Nike and our right retail partners.
In terms of your future involvement as executive chairman, I noticed John doesn't have specific brand experience. Will you be helping him with that? How involved will you be day to day?
Yeah, I'll be very actively engaged, working with John as a partnership. One of my main focuses is to make sure that this transition is as smooth and successful as possible. So I'm really looking forward to engaging with John day to day. He's already familiar with the senior management team. There's a real strong bond and relationship between John and some of our key leaders. So we feel that's important. My time, I'll be working on brand. Of course, I'll be involved with that part of the business. I have a personal passion, as you may know, around products, around innovation and design. We have a part of our strategy is what we call 2X design or 2X innovation. And who knows, maybe that'll go to 3X innovation. I think there's so many more opportunities in the innovation space. I've never been more optimistic about that, and I think that's something I'm looking forward to really diving into in my role as executive chairman, amongst other things. But it's really about making John successful in the role and really making this transition as smooth as possible.
Mark, you were forced to shut down the Oregon project recently due to a bit of an alleged scandal. I've got to ask, is that related to the timing of you stepping down at all? And either way, we'd love to hear your response. I think this is your first chance to respond publicly to that whole scandal.
Well, first of all, this has absolutely nothing to do with that situation. It's, you know, the succession planning is a really important part of any CEO's role, and certainly has been a part of mine. So we've spent a lot of time over many months working on succession planning. So this is not something that happens in a matter of weeks. So it's really unrelated to Oregon Project or any other issues. This is really about me and the board really wanting to make build on the momentum that we've got, add the horsepower, accelerate against our strategy, and do it while I'm here and really in a position to lean in and make this as successful as possible. So that's really where we are.
Wanted to ask about the controversy recently involving the NBA in China, the debate that as to whether companies should be making a profit in China if at the same time their employees and their fans aren't allowed to speak freely about things like pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong. Where do you and where do Nike stand on that debate?
Well, we're obviously staying very close to the situation, and like all of us, we hope there can be a peaceful resolution. We are in the midst of some very complex times, and I think it's important that in this incredibly dynamic environment that we are very thoughtful and deliberate in every situation. So I have to say, I've been working in sports for 40 years of my life, and I've never been more optimistic about the power of sport to help move the world forward and be a positive impact on people around the world, to inspire, to unite. And that's where we're focused. That's where we're focused.
How are you managing the tariffs, Mark, at the moment? Are you passing it on to consumers? Are you able to move production? Are you just stomaching the costs yourself?
Well, we obviously focus on what we can control, the things that are in our power to really influence. And we have been, I think it's no mystery, that we've been about free and fair trade. That's what we stand for. We think that protectionism and excessive tariffs ultimately burden the consumer. So we're doing what we can to move forward as a company and focus on the things that we can control. That's really running our offense. We're making moves here and there to make sure that we're in the best position possible. We haven't seen any dramatic impact from the tariffs at this point, and we feel like we're in a great position to manage through that. But we don't take that for granted. We're staying close, and we'll continue to try to work the levers we can and build on the momentum that we've got.
Mark, you mentioned the power of sport, and I feel like I can sneak in a soccer question because Sarah's not here. And I wanted to ask whether you feel like the success of the US women's soccer team at the World Cup is something that can not only inspire a new generation of female soccer players in the US, but male soccer players too.
Oh, absolutely. I think this started back in 1999 at the final when the USA won that World Cup in very dramatic fashion. That was a big impetus for women's sports, but also for football, or soccer, as we call it in the United States. And this is no different. I think the impact that the Women's World Cup has had, and the victory that the USA has put on the board, and the way they did it, and the media attention around that, and the fan base, the excitement, the energy around that has been absolutely fantastic. I think it is another catalyst for women's sports, but also just sports in general.
Mark, thanks so much for joining us, and congratulations on an incredible tenure at the helm of the company, and enjoy the final few months, and good luck being executive chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.